I'm gonna say something that a lot of people in the ID community would disagree with, or at least those that are preparing for the board exam. Telling students not to prepare their concept before the design day, before the boards, is not a good advice. Most students don't freeze during the design day because they lack creativity. Alam naman natin na we've all been preparing for the boards. The reason why they freeze or they get mental block is because wala silang entry point, wala silang starting point when it's design day and you're supposed to what? Make your concept on the spot. You could do that, but you increase the chances of your success when you prepare beforehand. And imagine when you panic during that design day, when panic enters the brain, creativity gets smaller. You get less bandwidth for creativity kasi na-stress na yung brain mo, nag-freeze ka na. Welcome to Mindset Magic with Nika, your space for main character energy, identity shifts, and intentional living. So here's the thing. When I was preparing for my board exam, I actually prepared a concept, a signature concept that I really like, that I know would already encompass whatever typology na ilalagay nila sa exam. Most of all, it's a concept that I enjoy. So that's how I prepared for my design concept. A lot of people talk about design paralysis like it's a talent issue, but it's not at all. Kasi imagine mo during the board exam, you sit down and nagugulat ka, ba't lahat sila nagsisketch na? Paano naman ako? And it feels like everyone else has ideas already, pero ikaw, you're getting left behind. So your brain starts scanning for concepts, but nothing comes to mind, and the more panic enters as more time passes during the design day, the less creative you become. What if there's a way to lessen that para kapag merong blank page in front of you, you know what to do. You won't have to panic anymore and you'll gonna feel creative and confident and prepared for the design day. Here's how I did it and here's how I wish it could help you too. So imagine, pag nag-blackout ka pala on design day, it's not because you're underprepared. It's not because the design problem is hard, but more because you just didn't have a starting point. And sure, if maybe you're gifted or you're really used to time pressure, you could think of something on the spot, but it's not the case for all of us. So we have to optimize. And the reason why this conversation is confusing is because meron talagang conflicting advice, 'di ba? Huwag ka na mag-prepare ng design concept mo, dun ka na mag-isip para mas bagay, or like yung iba tulad ko na mag-prepare ka na ahead. So you're really, really mastered already what you wanna put there, and you cut the time and the friction that it would take you to create something because you already pre-thought of it. So let's go sa camp 1 na don't prepare anything, just trust your creativity nga daw. And I feel like this advice sounds romantic, but it ignores how the nervous system works under pressure. We do have the freeze mode ng nervous system and it happens when we feel unsafe. Case in point, kapag may blank page, may design problem na you've never encountered before and you're suddenly expected to create something out of thin air. Camp 2 is my take na prepare your full concept in advance. It can also become dangerous kapag yung students or your takers, you start forcing the problem to fit your favorite idea. Alam mo yung parang chinapsoy mo lang. But the other side mistakes spontaneity for creativity and the other naman mistakes aesthetics for strategy. So meaning, there's a way pala to combine this, to do it in a way that promotes your creativity and at the same time is not just aesthetics. So one or just the other is incomplete. You combine them. So let's address the real problem. So when it comes to design concept kasi, most people think na a concept is a theme. It's not. A concept is a decision-making framework. So ibig sabihin, ito yung susundin mo, ito yung magiging strategy mo. Hindi porket, concept to, Scandinavian. That is not a concept. So if a concept is a decision-making framework, it looks like problem, principle, design decisions. How it works in the real field. Yung mga designers naman, especially the strong interior designers, they don't start with aesthetics. They start with a way of thinking, and that is the concept, that is the framework. So example ng way of thinking, yung transition. How does the movement feel, 'di ba? Is it smooth? Is it rugged? Is it sudden? Ano bang dapat yung mafe-feel ng client when they enter the space? That is a concept. Where should tension happen? There's really a cohesion to it, and where should openness happen na sobrang light and airy and breathable ng space? How does the environment regulate emotion? So those are concepts and ways of thinking na you can apply, that you can already start thinking about as early as now. And the reason why weak concepts collapse during execution is because tinay up lang natin lahat sila sa aesthetics na okay, yung concept ko Scandinavian. And then what? How does it really solve the problem, 'di ba? So, how do you know na your concept is strong? It's when it's packed with principles and ways of thinking that help you decide kung ano lang ba yung magiging part ng design solution mo. Maybe your concept is something about Filipino fiesta. So, dun pa lang, 'di ba? You're gonna break it down. What makes a Filipino fiesta? Ano yung feeling nun? What's the environment like? How does it feel like? For sure, you'd get adjectives like festive, vibrant, dynamic. So from there pa lang, 'di ba? Like you already get a hint na okay, if it's dynamic, the space could look like this, the furniture forms could be this way. Those are the things that already inform you what's gonna make up your concept because it was a way of thinking and a framework, not just a design style. With that, your concept then becomes not just something na parang pinilit mo to fit a design problem. It becomes something flexible kasi you work with the principles, with the bigger picture itself versus just, ay dapat ito lang yung laman niya na based sa aesthetic na to. So it gives you so much more freedom, and I also believe na your creativity will thrive because you have these guardrails in place. So what if what you need is not one prepared concept or like one, two, three concepts na pagpipilian mo depende sa magiging design problem, and then you're gonna be recalling during the design day, ano nga yung sa number two, ano nga yung mga elements doon na bagay dito. 'Diba? So what if there's such a thing as a concept kit? So this is something na I would have done to really improve the way I approach my design problem during design day. But other than that, this is already what I do in my practice and also a bit of it when I was taking the boards. It's a more packaged version lang after everything that I've experienced that I feel like would help you. So imagine a concept kit. A concept kit looks like facial principles, emotional atmospheres, and design logic and adaptable systems. So that makes it flexible rather than just constrained or limited to a certain theme. With the concept kit, hindi ka lang nagme-memorize ng isang answer na ito lang yung size ng tiles ko, ito lang yung kulay niya. You're building a vocabulary. It is applicable across anything. First is you pick 2 to 3 principles. So principles, notice I said principles. So that could look like transition, rhythm, natural light, emotional movement, layering. Principles is just a category na you'd really like to work on. So, ibig sabihin, when you have this concept, ito yung principles that would make it up. Like katulad sa fiesta na example ko kanina. And then, you dissect, you identify how they would translate. If yung principle mo is grounding, if grounding is one of your principle, anong itsura niya when it comes to the floor plan, when it's translated to materials, to form, to circulation, to atmosphere? And then mag-combine ka pa, grounding plus vibrant. So how would you translate vibrance to a floor plan, materials, again, circulation, everything, furniture? And then, once you have these principles in place and then how you would translate them, you practice explaining your concept. Why? Because instead of just memorizing a paragraph na ito yung concept ko, what if you can just really be a master of the concept na you did? And when you can explain it, you understand it versus just recalling from memory na ito yung na-memorize ko. No, because true mastery comes from really understanding it and knowing how to explain it to others in a way that they would understand. And when you translate it to real life application, when you talk with clients, it's very important na they also understand bakit ito yung concept mo, bakit ito yung strategy mo, because it's rooted to a principal na you thought of that could really directly address what they are dealing with. So see, I've mentioned this before and I mentioned it again. The board exam is really a preparation, a test of how ready you are to become a professional interior designer or how ready you are to get out there in the field. So think of it as this way na during design day, you are already an interior designer. So how would you solve this design problem that they showed you? So now, step 4, you walk into design day and you read the problem. Hindi ka na mame-mental block kasi you just suddenly ask yourself, ano nga yung principle that would respond to this situation best? So what if you were tasked to create like maybe a bar, a club? Eh di you can pull out na, oh, yung vibrance. Yeah, this principle could work there and I can have like this color scheme. I could have a floor plan that is open and the circulation that is very, very dynamic, 'di ba? Like what does vibrant look like translated to an actual design strategy. So that is completely different from forcing one aesthetic onto every project. And believe me, when you start thinking this way, it's something that you can also bring with you in your professional practice. So that is our concept kit. By the time of this video, I hope you understand na the best designers or the ones that make it don't walk into the design day empty. They walk in fluent kasi they already prepared ahead. The problem simply tells them which language to speak. So that is very, very interesting and exciting, diba? Preparation is not cheating. Preparation is reducing panic enough para yung creativity mo, it can survive pressure. And you can let it thrive kasi you already set these constraints on how your creativity should flow during a really time pressured day. Professionals do not just rely on inspiration. Like ako, for one, I build system that make my creativity accessible under stress. Hindi naman pwede nagagawa lang ako ng design concept pag nasa mood ako, di ba? So, gaano katagal yung project na? So, I do have systems that I can already replicate across different projects. It would just vary depending on the client's lifestyle or specific needs, preferences. It's a system na no matter what, I know na infused na dun yung signature approach ko. So, that's what I would love for you to start as early as now as you prepare for your boards and your design day. If you're the kind of student who studies hard but suddenly nabablank out ka, during high pressure situations. I'd love to know what else you have about this topic. How you feel like this concept kit is gonna help you approach your design day. Your brain and your nervous system during IDLE can really support you when you give it the right conditions for it to thrive. To remember that when you blank out, it's not because kulang ka sa creativity or kulang ka pa sa brain cells. It's really just pressure collapsing on your nervous system. We can figure that out. We can address that by finding ways to support your nervous system during these high pressure days.
This is mindset magic.